guys? Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I am back, baby. You probably didn't even realize I was gone unless you check in on my community tab. But I took the kiddo to Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. And let me tell you, it was a great time. The amusement park was fantastic and stuff like that. I'll share some photos in the background right now. But more than that, he had the time of his life. Thus I, a little father-son trip, had the time of my life. And it's really a good reminder to me and hopefully to some of you guys as well to disconnect from time to time. We're inundated by, negative social media, negative news stories, and negative everything. It reminds me of back in the day, because I'm old enough to remember before digital media, right? When we just, lived our lives for the most part, right? Seems like those were, maybe I'm just an old man, but it seems like those times, I have nostalgia for them. Anyway, I'm back. I'm feeling reinvigorated, re-energized, and raring to go here on the channel. I have so many video ideas. I really needed that, honestly. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video for you guys today talking about these changes to these artifact sets. I have some strong opinions here that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm a few hours late because I flew in this morning, but we have the classic Arena Platinum tiered rewards rebalance that none of you probably care about that much. In case you do care, you can go ahead and read them on the screen. I'm not going to waste your time because most people don't even care about Platinum Arena rewards. Even though we do have these sexy new avatar frames. I'm joking. They're not that great to me. We have avatars. Sanguinia made the cut. I like that. Oathbound, Walking Tombsdrang, Embry, Star Sage, Mikage. Not bad. But then we have the set rebalances. So I want to talk a lot about Swift Parry with you guys, right? Check out the new Swift Parry. They're changing it to a 9-piece set, right? And they're changing everything about it. Well, not everything, but a lot of the things about it. They still have crit damage as a stat here. They still have speed, but now off of a 2-piece set, you can get 8% speed, 15% crit damage. Insane at 4-piece. We get another 10 speed, 50% chance of an unkillable when receiving a fatal hit. You guys are familiar how the 4-piece typically works, but then we get more HP and more HP at level 7, more speed at level 8, and 50% ignore defense at level 9. At level 6, enemy single target attacks deal 15% less damage on the owner. Okay, so how do we feel about this, man? First of all, this is insane on Predator and Shredder, on HP-based damage dealers. I have a video going live tomorrow or the next day, I don't know, really soon, ranking the top 10 or top 15 HP-based nukers in the game. And let me tell you, between Garrel, between Predator, between Embries, Taurus, Narcissus, I could go on and on and on. HP is the new meta in terms of damage dealers. So this 9-piece Swift Parry, it's not as imperative to have a 9-piece Mercurial or a 9-piece or even Stone Skin in Savage or Stone Skin Lethal on an HP-based damage dealer, especially how they're making them nowadays with all the evasions and all the, the things to keep them alive, the perfect veils and whatnot. So this set is busted. I love it. I love what they did to this set, man. HP, speed, even the single target. You're not going to build it to 6 just to get the 6-piece bonus, but on your way to 9 to get the damage mitigation on the 6-piece, that's nasty too. I think the whole thing is great. The 50% ignore defense is massive. It's massive. Man, you get all that extra HP. The stats, I think it's a beautiful rework. But there's a massive problem. I want to get to Deflection too. But there's a massive problem. There's a massive elephant in the room. The what was Plarium thinking that I might title this video? Because what the heck? Guess what, guys? Guess what? We are not allowed. We're not able to craft accessories for these sets. We only get them from platinum chests, man. So like all this good news is tempered by the fact that you can't even, most players won't even be able to get this stuff, right? Like, come on, man. I wish they would make accessories craftable in the Forge or give us another mechanism to get this 9-piece, because I think they nailed it with the actual changes to the set. But now that they made it from a 4-piece into a 9-piece, they said, oh, by the way, yeah, you're not going to be able to craft it though. You have to get them a Platinum Arena only. Oh, that's such a bummer, man. That's such a bummer. Even though it doesn't affect me, I can still get it. It just, I don't know. I hate to pander and say the obvious, but it just kind of furthers the divide, And it's just, it's annoying. Anyway, I want to get to Deflection, and I want to make a bigger point too about, where do we go from here? Because what they're doing to the Deflection set is very interesting as well. I made a video talking about how I think Mercurial sets are going to absolutely just destroy this game and slow the arena down. I think going on 600 comments on that video a few days ago, honestly, that was the last video I recorded before my little vacation. And I was like, this seems like a good idea. I didn't expect it to be as hot button. So many people agreed with me slowing things down with 9-piece Mercurial. Some people disagreed as well. I haven't read all the hundreds of comments, and I can see all the point of views there. But the Deflection set is kind of a small counterbalance to Mercurial sets now with the 9-piece rework here. It's going to give you accuracy. It's going to give you speed, more accuracy on 3-piece. I'll just state 20 accuracy, 10% speed on a 2-piece makes Deflection elite for your ring and your amulet, okay? Getting those pinpoint stats, right? Then we get more accuracy. At 4-piece, 35% chance to deflect 1 debuff onto the attacker, block debuffs for 1 turn on round start as well. Very powerful for a 4-piece. Then we get speed at 6-piece. Wearer deals bonus damage proportional to their own accuracy to enemies that block debuffs from the wearer. Occurs once per skill. This damage can remove on guard stacks. I think it means total guard stacks. Either way, to me, I think the damage will be, secondary. But the removal of total guard stacks, that's very interesting. Now, is it enough? I don't know. A lot of you guys actually liked my idea on the total guard, on the 9-piece Mercurial, or just Mercurial in general, right? Where I feel like it's a little bit much, personally, that it protects all your buffs, essentially, if you have that total guard stack. But then again, and some of you brought this counterpoint up in the comments, it is called total guard, so maybe it does guard you from absolutely everything, including buff removal. Anyway, I digress. Accuracy, speed, and at 9-piece, enemies ignore 10% less defense for each active debuff placed by the owner. Interesting. So they're giving that extra, ignore defense stat at the 9-piece. I think the Deflection set is actually going to be pretty powerful now, but I'm most excited about the Swift Parry. But again, it's really tempered by the fact that, most people aren't going to be able to actually get the accessories to pull off these sets. Come on, Plarium! I want to ask you guys one final thing in this video here. I want to ask you one final thing, and that is dungeon sets, right? Listen, this has been going on for years now, right? That the overall power of dungeon sets have been falling and falling and falling. Would you rather see them take these dungeon sets and just buff them? They did this a few years back. They buffed a bunch of them. Would you rather see them buff all the dungeon sets? A, and you can vote on this community tab poll right now. I'm posting it at the same time this video goes live. Would you rather see them one by one change these sets to somehow a 9-piece variable? I don't know how they're going to do it because you'd have to farm the 9 pieces from somewhere else or forge them or something. Or would you rather just keep things the way they are? Not every set needs to be broken. There's still a place for a lot of these sets as a beginner or a progression account in the game. So how are they going to address dungeon sets? Personally, I think I'm going to be in the minority here, but I would just like to see a rework of some of these sets. Some of the worst sets, I want to see them, buff them like they did a few years ago. I don't think they need to get too crazy. I would rather see them personally, where we go from here, I would rather see them go in and take a look at Doom Tower. Not just the sets, because for me, all I really care about is lethal, right? I would like to see them buff those sets, right? And then in addition, while they're at it, let's buff some of those damn champions, you know what I'm saying? Some of those legendary champions. I'm looking at you, Granjar, Chromax, Jinro the Stork. All right, guys, that's it for the video. This is a tale of two stories, which is often the case with Plarium. The good, the bad, the what could have been. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all doing well. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.